travelers. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. So I have a question for you guys. Do you guys use social media? Because I know I do. Actually, one of my favorite social media sites is definitely Instagram. For me, I just love taking pictures, and I'm nowhere near like good at taking pictures, at least in my eyes. I don't think I am, because I see a lot of other people out there that are just so much better than me. But I do really enjoy taking pictures, capturing moments. I always have. So Instagram is really big for me. I just love it. I love sharing my pictures. I love seeing other people's pictures, and it's just really exciting for me because, I don't know, I just really like pictures and I love editing and stuff like that. So a big question that I always get is, how do you edit your pictures? I am going to tell you guys today how I edit my pictures on my iPhone for Instagram, because a lot of people do ask, especially a lot of my friends. I do really want to share with you guys today the photo editing apps that I use for Instagram. So let's get right on into it. Alright, so I'm going to show you guys exactly which photo editing apps I use first of all. And I have 2 pages. I do not use all of these whatsoever, but these are the ones that I do have. I actually probably need to clean them up a bit. But I have this page right here, and then I also have this page right here. So the editing apps that I use the most, and pretty much the only apps that I use, are VSCO, or some people like to call it VSCO, but I always say VSCO, and Snapseed. So those 2 apps are the ones that I use the most, and I'll show you each of those, of course. And sometimes I'll use like Facetune if I wouldn't want to whiten up something, like maybe a background or something, or pick FX, which I'll show you what that does. So, but other than that, like, that's pretty much all I use. Of course, I have Perfect 365, so I can make awesome ugly pictures like this one. But, so let's just start off with VSCO or VSCO, because that's the one that I use a lot. So I'm going to open up VSCO, and I'll show you what I have on here. And this is my feed right now, and I mean, there's tons of pictures on here, or I'd scroll through all of them, but it would take a day to scroll through all of them. Here's my picture right here of the one that I'm going to show you how I kind of edit it. Okay, so as you can see, I have all of these different filters down here. I have a lot of filters because at one time VSCO was having a sale, or whatever you want to call it, on their site or on their app, and I just downloaded pretty much anything that I could possibly get for free or for really, really cheap. So that's what I did. So I have tons of them. You can see, I'll scroll through some of them just so you can see that. So people always have like a filter that they use because they have a theme or something on their site, on their Instagram. And for me, I don't use a theme because I just want to post whatever I want to post, and I feel constricted if I have to stay in a certain kind of theme and a certain kind of like color scheme or whatever you want to say. So I just always post what I want to post, and I don't really have just like one filter that I use, but I do have some filters that I use more than others, and I'll show you those. So if I'm in like a really tropical place, I'll use number 8 or number 6. And I never ever use the whole, like, all of it at like at full strength, if that makes any sense. I always go down to like number 7 or number 8 or something like that, and then I'll be like, okay, great, that looks great. And then sometimes I'll use A5 just because it has like that cool tone, and if that's kind of the vibe that I'm trying to go for, I'll tone it down to number 7. And then I will open up the little settings box down there, right there, and then I will open up either exposure if I need to, you know, brighten it up a little bit, but I'll usually scroll all the way over to shadows, and it's that little teardrop with the S in it, and I will open that up and probably either use the green or the blue. I usually go for the green because I think the blue makes it a little too cool in my opinion, but that's just something that I just don't like. But I'll go to green, and then I'll tone it down to like a 1 or a 2, because if you do it anymore, I just think it's a little too much. So those are how I kind of edit it, but it's literally every picture is totally different. I don't always do it like that, so I just can't say what I'm going to use or what I'm not going to use, but those are 3 of the ones that I like. I also like Q8, depending on if I'm, out west, sometimes some of the filters will look a lot better, and then if I'm in a tropical place, they'll look a lot better because you want those greens to really pop, and if you want those reds to pop, you'll use something differently. So it just totally depends on what picture it's going to be, but that's how I use VSCO. And before I even get it into VSCO, I use Snapseed. So Snapseed is produced by Google. Let's open up this picture of Jamie and I. So Jamie's my boyfriend, if you didn't know, but we went to the popsicle place the other day, and so this picture right here is it's a little dark for me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lighten it up. So all of these tools right here, it works magnificently, and you can pretty much do anything. So depending on what I want, I will brighten it. I like really bright pictures in my opinion, so sometimes, it really just depends on what the picture is. So that's how I brighten it. So then I'll switch over to contrast, and I'll give it a little bit more color back. So those are the 2 apps that I use the most, and then I also use PicFX. Let's go back to this picture of Jamie and I back where, this is the unedited version, but the only thing that I use on this app is going to PicFX 5. So this, obviously I'm not going to use it in this much of this strength. I'm going to tone it down a little bit. So let me just tone that down a little bit. But this filter gives it that soft look that a lot of people like, and I think some pictures when you brighten up the colors, it just looks really harsh, and I guess it's not really needed for Instagram when it's really harsh. In my opinion, this is just for me, but I will sometimes use this filter just so I can tone it down a little bit, give it a little bit more softness. It kind of glows a little bit more. So yep, that's how I edit my pictures, and I'm just gonna scroll through my Instagram really quick so you guys can see it. And obviously I have to do a shameless promotion and say you should definitely go follow me on Instagram. I do like posting pictures, and especially when I'm traveling, I try to post as much as possible. And I love new friends, and I'd love for you to talk to me on there and stuff. So if you guys want to, go ahead and follow me. The link is in the description down below. So there you have it. That's how I edit my pictures. That's the editing apps that I use. So if you guys want to follow me on my Instagram, of course the link is in the description below. And you can follow me on anything else if you'd like. But I will see you guys next video. Bye, and happy travels.